NXT Halloween Havoc is coming up this upcoming Sunday. I'm going over every match in the card, my preview and prediction is in this video. You guys let me know your predictions down below. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. The first match we're gonna start off with is Fatal Influence versus Kalani Jordan for the women's North American Women's Championship. This match right here, bro, like I want to choose any member of Fatal Influence because it's not a guarantee of which member Kalani Jordan will face. They wanted, to give the element of surprise as heels. Kalani Jordan is winning. They just giving me no reason to invest in Fatal Influence. Because like I said in my previous NXT vids, they're just the NXT version of PFC, where they lose every match, but they hype them up as this threat. I like Fatal Influence. I like every member of the groups. I love JC Jane and stuff, but all they do is make her a loser. And it doesn't even make sense logically to how they lose some of their matches, because some of their matches, they shouldn't even be losing when they have the numbers advantage. And hypothetically, you would think, oh, they have the numbers advantage in this match, because it's basically a 3v1. But the thing is, they never win when they have a numbers advantage anyway. So I'm not going to believe they're just going to win it now. I'm going with Kalani Jordan. And they spun the wheel yesterday on NXT. They spun the wheel to see what's the match stipulation, but it landed on Spinner's Choice. So we don't even know the match stipulation for this match, which is another thing that could give them the advantage. But due to how Triple H loves Kalani Jordan and due to how he books Fatal Influence, I'm pretty sure Kalani Jordan is going to find some way or someone's going to help her. And Kalani's going to retain. I know I sound like a Kalani Jordan hater. She's not bad. Well, she's not bad in ring. It's mainly her character that she needs a lot of work with. She's very dull and bland. But I just feel like the North American Women's Championship just needs a new person. It needs something else right now, because right now Kalani is just not doing it for her. She's not bad. She's just not that interesting. Now, to be fair, some of her stories isn't really her fault, but her character isn't there either way. But Kalani Jordan is winning. I can't put my faith in Fatal Influence. I just can't. As much as I want them to win, I don't even know who's going to be the one in the match. It could be Fallon, JC Jane, or Jasmine Nix. Highly doubt it's Jasmine Nix, but it could be one of those three. But Kalani Jordan is most likely going to retain her Women's North American Championship. The next match on the card, we got Andre Chase versus Ridge Holland. They've been telling a really good story with Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland, fighting his way, going back to NXT, trying to prove himself, trying to prove others wrong, trying to finally become champion. Then he finally ends up going to Chase U, finally gets accepted after them not accepting him. Finally become a tag champ, only to be short-lived and end up getting dethroned by Nathan Axel. That was the last straw that pushed him over the edge to end up betraying Chase U. Now Andre Chase and Chase U is trying to get payback for what Ridge has done to them. This is great. This is really good. The vignettes they've been doing with Ridge Holland has been great as well. It's crazy to say that I'm actually interested in Ridge Holland of all people, which is actually surprising because Ridge Holland is typically not the most entertaining person, but the fact that this feud is actually making him entertaining is very shocking. Very interested to see Andre Chase. Andre Chase is good in the ring. So I'm very interested how this match. And it's in an ambulance match, so that's going to be very interesting. This is very tough. This is very interesting. I think Ridge Holland is going to win. I really do. There is a way where Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne may come back to, may end up coming back to, help Andre Chase. But I think Ridge Holland should win this match. I think he should win this match. In my opinion, I think he should be able to. I don't know. Something tells me that this feud shouldn't end so quickly. I don't know. Something tells me this feud is going to get dragged out a bit and they're going to continue this story. But to be fair, this is an ambulance match. I don't know how much further you could go than an ambulance match. But I'm going to go with Ridge Holland here. But part of me is saying that Andre Chase is going to win here. But I think I'm going to take Ridge Holland to take the victory. Him being this more ruthless version of himself, of just willing to do anything to destroy Chase U. I think they'll continue that storyline. So I'm going to have Ridge Holland end up picking up the victory here and continue on his rampage on Chase U. The next match we got is for the North American Championship between Tony D'Angelo versus Oba Femi. Tony D'Angelo recently defeated Oba Femi for the North American Championship, becoming your new NXT North American Champion. Now, recently, Oba Femi, of course, called his shot to get his rematch. And on the last episode of NXT, he is basically destroyed and took out his whole entire family to make sure that his family isn't there ringside. And I think this is going to be a table, ladders, and scares match. So it's going to be very interesting how that plays out with them having weapons involved, This is going to be great. We're seeing a more ruthless version, a more violent version of Obafemi taking Tony D'Angelo more seriously. And we have Tony D'Angelo, who doesn't, I wouldn't say he doesn't have the power of family, but he doesn't have his family by his side to help him, etc., to prepare for this match due to them getting taken out by Obafemi. So this is going to be very interesting. This is tough. This is actually tough because part of me wants to say Tony D'Angelo. But the thing is, if Tony D'Angelo wins here, I'm assuming that's the end of the feud. There's no way this feud continues. But on the other hand, if Obafemi wins, you can still continue the feud and have Tony D'Angelo fight back and eventually get the championship back and then officially end the feud. This is tough. This is very tough because I ain't gonna lie, I've been going back and forth. But if I had to choose one person, based off the build, I'm going to go with Obafemi. I think they're gonna pull the trigger, put the title back on him. The only thing I thought of was the go home show, because the go home show, typically whoever stands tall is the person that technically loses most of the time. But technically speaking, they didn't really they brawled for a bit, but he ended up handcuffing him. So I don't know how to take that. Like, I can't tell if I take that as a loss or as them just being even, because he got handcuffed and watched his family got destroyed. But like, I don't know if I take that as a loss in terms of a beatdown. Typically, you got to get beaten down to be considered a loss for the go home mat to work. So it's very iffy on that. But I do think Obafemi probably will not retain, end up getting his North American Championship back, and then they probably just flip flop it again. That's what I'm gonna assume, but who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna have Obafemi ends up getting his North American Championship back. As much as I would like Tony D'Angelo to retain, I wouldn't mind if he retained, but something is telling me that Obafemi will get his championship back, and then they're gonna have Tony D'Angelo get his family back, and then eventually fight back. Now we got the women's tag team match between Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie Vaquer and Julia. This match should be very interesting. This is a very hyped up match. Should be an absolute banger with these four women. This feud is basically over the NXT Women's Championship. Julia and Stephanie want to call their shot for the NXT Women's Championship, but Roxanne and Cora Jade is trying their hardest to keep them away from the NXT Women's Championship. This match should be very interesting. This is very iffy. I think Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez will win this match. Something is telling me that they should win this match to keep on continuing of Stephanie and Julia to continue to fight and keep on trying to fight their way to that NXT Championship match, in my opinion. But also too, Delta could play a factor in this match as well. She could make her appearance after, before, who knows. But Delta seems like she is going to make her appearance at Halloween Havoc. I don't know if she's going to go after the NXT Women's Championship, because I don't know how you're going to deal with that, having all 5 women in that championship mix. But that would be very interesting. But I think Cora Jade and Roxanne kind of need this victory, especially with the way that they book Stephanie and Julia. Stephanie and Julia have kind of overpowered them anytime they interacted. I remember the week before they took out Roxanne and Cora Jade. This week they didn't have an interaction in terms of fighting, but they did win their last tag match and then have a stare down. So I think this is going to be a swerve. I think Roxanne and Cora Jade will win by some type of shenanigans. Something's going to happen where someone comes out, or maybe they ended up pulling some type of trick with the referee, and then Roxanne ends up hitting the pop rocks and ends up picking the victory. But that's why I think, but it wouldn't shock me if Stephanie and Julia ends up winning. But I have Roxanne and Cora Jade picking up the victory. Now we have the main event between Trick Williams and Ethan Page. I'm not going to speak too much on this match, really. This match is a Devil's Playground match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Trick Williams is winning this match. Now, the story they're trying to tell between these two is that Ethan Page is ruthless and that he's willing to do anything to get his championship back, and that Trick Williams doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough of that ruthless side to do it. Now, based on how Ethan Page was talking in this promo, it would make you seem like that he wants to, like, destroy, like, end Trick Williams, the way he was speaking. So, depending on what happens in this match, I need to see a lot of weapons. I need to see Ethan Page trying to actually end Trick Williams. Don't need blood necessarily, but it needs to get to that point, because the way Ethan Page was talking in his promo, he made it felt that way. So he needs to really bring it. But Trick Williams is retaining. There's no way they're going to have him lose, especially because Ethan Page doesn't really have anyone to help him out. So I think Trick Williams will end up retaining his championship. As much as I love Ethan Page, I want Ethan Page to win this match, but I think it only makes sense for Trick Williams to retain. I really don't have much to say, to be honest with you, but yeah, I think Trick Williams is going to retain. It's very shocking. Well, it's not shocking that there's only 5 matches. To be fair, I thought it would be, typically, I know last week they did week 1 and week 2. It seems like they're not doing that this year. They could have easily put Jada Parker, Lola Vice on this card if they wanted to, but 5 matches, I'm not mad at it. You guys let me know your predictions down below. Let me know your opinions down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.